Crawford's about to fight.
Yes, he's gonna fight Canelo.
Oh, man.
I just hope he's big enough. I hope he's big enough to keep that dude off him because Canelo hits so hard, man.
That's one dude that, like, I believe all the talking.
Damage, yeah, he's a slick boxer, and he's also a good puncher in the welterweight division, in the junior welterweight division, in the lightweight division. But even at junior middleweight, which is where Terence Crawford had his most recent fight back in August, when he moved up and he won a world title.
It's the shots that you don't see that hurt the most, and maybe Crawford can hit him with some unexpected shit. And because of the repetitiveness of Canelo, maybe he can time him. Maybe he can counterpunch with him, because Crawford is unbelievable at that.
Joe Rogan says that while Canelo Alvarez is one of the best in the game, Terence Crawford is operating on another level. He highlights how Crawford completely dominated Errol Spence, calling it unreal. According to Rogan, if there's one fighter who can outthink and outbox Canelo, it's Crawford, thanks to his precise timing, sharp accuracy, and high ring IQ.
Crawford's about to fight.
Yes, he's gonna fight Canelo.
Oh, man.
I just hope he's big enough. I hope he's big enough to keep that dude off him because Canelo hits so hard, man.
That's one dude that, like, I believe all the talking.
Crawford, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's good.
He don't just be saying shit. That dude,
They tried to say that, like, Errol Spence was damaged because of what Crawford did to him because he was damaged from the car accident. I'm like, maybe. Or maybe Crawford would have done that 3 years ago. I think he's that good. He's just so skillful. He's so slick. And when he gets, and he's also the best guy in the sport at switch hitting. He'll go from southpaw to orthodox and be just as good and trip you up. Like, you think he's going to start southpaw, he starts orthodox. You prepare for orthodox, he's fighting southpaw. He feels like he's got you timed better orthodox, he'll switch it up.
On the Joe Rogan Experience, Terence Crawford spoke confidently about his mission to become a 3-time undisputed champion. He said Canelo Alvarez's size doesn't concern him at all and isn't something he sees as a real issue. Crawford made it clear he believes fully in his abilities and mindset, with zero hesitation about chasing this historic goal.
That would be crazy.
I want to be 3-time undisputed.
To jump up like that, 21 pounds?
Yes.
What do you walk around at?
I don't know.
You don't know? Oh,
don't
you don't
know.
want to tell me.
I don't know. I don't know. You know what I mean? But
how much time would you need to prepare for something like that? Would you gain weight? Would you do anything different?
I'll definitely have to gain weight.
Yeah.
You know, and I just believe in my abilities. You know, Canelo's not a big guy. You know,
Right.
he's 5'8".
Right. Fought at 52 when he
Yeah.
fought Pacquiao.
He's
Or when he fought Floyd, rather.
he's big, like muscular wise, but far as like height,
Right.
nah. So yeah, that wouldn't be nothing that, you know, we had to see.
That would be insane. For you to go from 140 all the way up to 168.
That'd be.
Terence Crawford isn't fazed by the public's doubt ahead of his fight with Canelo Alvarez. He acknowledges Canelo's size advantage but sees it as just another obstacle, one he's faced before. Crawford has always thrived under pressure, and this is another opportunity to silence critics. While many believe jumping up in weight is a big risk, Crawford embraces it. He's confident that his heart, skill, and mindset make up the difference. For him, this fight isn't just about a win. It's about showing that real greatness isn't defined by weight.
It's a fight because of the challenge.
Yeah.
I love the challenges, and I love the people that I hear them now. You too little. You know, Canelo gonna break you. He's gonna stop you. You come from 147. That weight too big. This and that. I can hear it now, and that just excites me to go in there and just be like, okay, let me prove him wrong once again.
That fight would be gigantic. If Canelo gets through Jermell and then you guys fight, that fight would be gigantic.
And it's crazy because, like, in the past interviews, I was like, man, Canelo too big, man. It's weight classes for a reason. I was like, nah. But in my mind, in my heart, I don't think nobody too big, you know, especially in a fight. I'm a fighter. But, like, I was thinking, like, man, it could happen.
Boxing reporter Dan Rafael shared his take on what's really pushing Terence Crawford to face Canelo Alvarez. He said it's not just about the money, it's about legacy. Crawford wants to do something no other fighter has done, even if it means taking the harder road. But Rafael also pointed out the risk. Facing Canelo isn't just about confidence, it's about delivering a near-perfect performance. Every decision, every punch, and every round needs to be smart and precise. It's the kind of fight that can define a career, one way or the other.
I think Terence Crawford is a marvelous boxer, arguably the best in the world, pound for pound. But can you hurt Canelo? If you can't hurt him, I have no doubt he could outbox him. My issue is, if you can't hurt him, what kind of a challenge can you truly pose? What do you say to that?
No, that's a great point. I mean, here's the thing. Canelo Alvarez has a historically great chin. Now, I go way back when he first came to the United States and started boxing, and he found himself on an HBO pay-per-view undercard years and years ago, fighting against the older brother of the great Miguel Cotto. His name was Jose Miguel Cotto, and he had gotten a ton of hype. He had signed with Golden Boy Promotions, and a lot of those of us in the media, and I had seen him a couple of times before that. This is my first time seeing him in person, really paying close attention, and he almost got knocked out in the first round. And I remember Stephen A., all of us looking around at Media Row going, what the heck is this all hyped about? This man can't take a shot. He's going to get drilled. He was lucky that the fight was over, that the round was over in round one, or there might have been some much more trouble. Stephen A., that was 16, 17 years ago. I've never seen him wobbled, rocked, physically, visibly hurt since then. He has an all-time great chin going in the ring with tremendous punchers. Terence Crawford coming up 2 weight classes, do any damage? Yeah, he's a slick boxer, and he's also a good puncher in the welterweight division, in the junior welterweight division, in the lightweight division. But even at junior middleweight, which is where Terence Crawford had his most recent fight back in August, when he moved up and he won a world title, he didn't blow the doors off. He fought a very tough, solid opponent named Israel Madrimov. He gave him a good fight. It was very close. Madrimov's people seem to think he might have even been able to edge it out. But if you can't hurt an Israel Madrimov at 154, what the heck are you going to do with Canelo Alvarez, the sturdiest guy in the world, at 168? So that aspect of it is certainly a problem. You mentioned about Charlo. Charlo was there to get his check. I know one thing about Terence Crawford. He's not going to just come to turn up to get the check. He'll at least try. And Charlo, I don't think, really tried.
Commentators have mixed opinions on Crawford's chances, but many are drawing comparisons to how Dimitri Bivol beat Canelo. Bivol used smart footwork, sharp timing, and a mix of punches to shut Canelo down and control the fight. Some believe Crawford could benefit by studying that performance closely. However, Crawford isn't one to simply follow someone else's game plan. He adjusts to his opponents in his own way. If he can apply the right lessons from Bivol while sticking to his unique style, he might just have the blueprint for a career-defining win.
Bivol is the fight you got to study if you're Crawford. Crawford ain't Floyd, but he can do a Bivol. The problem is Bivol's a big dude. This is rough because this fight is only a matchup fight. Let me tell you what I mean. I got a lot of fighters Canelo fought at 168 beating Crawford. I got Caleb Plant beating Crawford. I got Berlanga beating Crawford. I got Callum Smith beating Crawford. Just way too huge, of course. But that's why Crawford ain't campaigning at 168. He's trying to beat Canelo because Canelo is a special case. He's one of the best fighters of all time, and he's actually a little guy who ballooned up to 168.
David Benavidez offered a more cautious view on the upcoming Canelo versus Crawford fight. While he respects Crawford's talent and understands the hype, he's concerned about the physical toll of moving up in weight. His point isn't about Crawford's ability, it's about why weight classes exist in the first place. Fans may see this as a dream fight, but Benavidez believes it could give Canelo too much of an advantage. He's not doubting Crawford's courage. He's just raising a valid concern about the risk to his long-term health for one big moment.
Crawford throwing his hat in to want to fight Canelo at 168.
I mean, everybody wants to fight Canelo. It's a money fight. You know what I mean? I think even Inoue would come up to fight Canelo. Canelo wanted to fight him. I mean, I don't want to see Crawford to fight Canelo, to be honest with you. But it would be. I'm not saying it wouldn't be a great fight. It would be a great fight. But I feel like if I deserve my opportunity, and and after this fight, what else are they gonna say? You know what I mean? This is a tough fight. You know, the top WBC, the top people ranked at the WBC are fighting each other. So I mean, it should be an easy call. If I can't get those fights, and I'll go up to fight Bivol, or I'll go try to, I set my conquest on 175. Like I said, I don't want no handouts either. I want to, earn my spots everywhere I go, even at 175. But, I see that weight class. I want to become champion at 175, and that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Ryan Garcia didn't hold back his opinion. He believes weight will be the deciding factor. While he respects Terence Crawford's skills, he feels Canelo's natural size gives him an advantage that even elite talent can't fully overcome. The matchup has quickly become one of the most talked about in boxing. Canelo brings power, accuracy, and constant body pressure. Crawford counters with versatility. He switches stances, adjusts angles, and relies on sharp timing. Experts agree Crawford needs to keep the fight at his range and avoid getting pinned on the ropes, where Canelo is most dangerous. His success will depend on how well he can stay elusive while landing clean shots to slow Canelo down. This one's set to be a high-stakes chess match in the ring.
Hey Crawford, what do you think?
That's gonna be a great fight too. I can't believe they made that happen. Turkey's been making a lot of great fights happen. You can't really hate on it. But I'm excited for that. I know Canelo, he's so big, so strong, and I think he'll be just too big. I mean, weight classes matter for a reason.
Last question, Ali.
He said TFM.
Very few fighters have unified divisions, stayed unbeaten, and shown the all-around skill set that Terence Crawford has, but he's done it without chasing the spotlight. Unlike louder, flashier stars, Crawford lets his performances speak. He's known for adjusting in real time, breaking opponents down, and setting the pace with precision. While he might not always deliver highlight reel knockouts, his technical brilliance earns deep respect in boxing circles. Still, among casual fans, he remains underrated, a quiet powerhouse who just needs that one defining opponent to finally get the recognition he's earned.
Bivol is the fight you got to study if you're Crawford. Crawford ain't Floyd, but he can do a Bivol. The problem is Bivol's a big dude. This is rough because this fight is only a matchup fight. Let me tell you what I mean. I got a lot of fighters Canelo fought at 168 beating Crawford. I got Caleb Plant beating Crawford. I got Berlanga beating Crawford. I got Callum Smith beating Crawford. Just way too huge, of course. But that's why Crawford ain't campaigning at 168. He's trying to beat Canelo because Canelo is a special case. He's one of the best fighters of all time, and he's actually a little guy who ballooned up to 168.
Brian "Bomac" McIntyre, Terence Crawford's trainer, stays calm but confident about the upcoming fight. He respects everything Canelo has achieved but believes Crawford's special skills, like his quick footwork, speed, and sharp ring IQ, give him the edge. Bomac points to Crawford's intense focus and careful preparation as signs he's not just showing up, he's ready to take charge. For him, this fight isn't about size. It's about who can think faster, adapt smarter, and control the rhythm. He's convinced Crawford is fully prepared to outbox the Mexican star.
Hey, Calderona, Fight Hook News here with Trainer of the Year, Bomac. How you doing, champ? How you feeling?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Just sitting back enjoying the fights.
Got some fights tomorrow night on Pro Box? Some fighters you training?
I got a new kid in the stable, Levante Early, 18-0. So, see how he gonna work out.
Now the big super fight was announced. The super fight everybody's been waiting for: Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford, Allegiant Stadium in September. How you feeling about that fight right now?
Man. I feel fucking great about it, man. Just talking to Bud, and he motivated. He ready to go.
He's been waiting a long time for this fight. You know what I mean? You guys are taking off a long time. Just waiting for the Canelo fight. You haven't fought since August last year.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's going to make him better, sharper?
You know what? It's going to make Bud wiser. Make him wiser. Give his time, his body to heal up, rest up a little bit. Put dinks here, dinks there. Take his time, get in shape, get his mind right.
Now,
go in there and do it, make it happen.
A lot of people's talking about the weight. They're talking about that, Bud going up 2 weight classes. He didn't look spectacular form at 154, but, he's going up in weight to face a bigger guy. What do you say about that?
Let's go, man. Let's go. It ain't about weight all the time. It ain't about weight. You know what I'm saying? It's about skills. Now, just mark my words. These are Emmanuel Stewart words. It's about skills.
Sean Garcia isn't convinced this fight will be as simple as it looks. He's warning people not to ignore the size difference, saying this isn't just about skill, it's about how much punishment a fighter can take. While he respects Crawford's sharp mind and quick instincts in the ring, Garcia sees Canelo's size and toughness as a real problem. His opinion brings up a key question. Even if Crawford is more technical, can he handle the raw strength and constant pressure Canelo brings?
If he wins, he fights Crawford. How do you reckon that one goes?
Oh, him and Crawford?
Yeah.
I think Canelo just is too big for Crawford. I mean, he's man. Terence Crawford is another, amazing fighter. You got to give credit when it's due. He's an amazing fighter. He's very talented. and he'll for sure give Canelo a fight, and Canelo knows that. But I feel like Canelo will use, you know, his experience, his weight, and how big he is, you know, and I think he'll overpower Terence Crawford like in the later.
And lastly, Conor Benn has arrived here in New York. You obviously had that big fight with Eubank. What did you think of that?
Oh man, that was like probably one of the best fights I've seen in a long time. That was an amazing fight. They put up both of them should hold their head high. Because that was just an amazing night of boxing. Like that was just boxing in itself right there. So it was an amazing fight. They should both, you know, I know we lost, but you know, it's not really a loss when you put a show like that, you know. I mean, yeah, maybe I lost on your record, but you got to win. You should keep a win in your heart for that performance. That was a beautiful performance.
Now, as much as you're complimenting him right now, he has called out your brother. He's calling him Queen Ryan, and he wants to fight. So maybe if they fight, your opinion will change. But do you like that fight for Ryan against Conor Benn?
Yeah, I mean, Ryan, you know, he's fought every single style in the sport. He's not one to shy away from, you know, someone who hits hard or, you know, he's very explosive. Conor's very explosive, but I think he's a little...
Canelo's camp believes his biggest advantage isn't just skill, it's his physical strength and endurance. His manager pointed out that Canelo stays powerful deep into fights and can take serious shots without slowing down. That's what makes him tough to beat. Now that the fight's official, Crawford came out swinging with confidence. He called himself a real threat to Canelo's legacy and said this fight could change everything for him. For Crawford, it's more than just another bout. It's his chance to make history and prove the doubters wrong.
You have all these excuses why he don't want to take a fight with me. If it's all about business, then you doing good business. If I'm easy work, I heard him say I'm easy work. If I was easy work, well, you know, you would take all that money that he's offering you. But yet and still, he want $200 million for Benavidez, and he want $150 million to fight me. So that just lets me know right there that I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to his legacy, because it would be crazy for a guy that started at 135 to come all the way up to 168, your weight, no catch weight, no none of that, and dethrone you. So, you know, he got that in the back of his head. You know, this guy, for one, he's tough. For two, he's a boxer. He moves, he can punch, he can do it all. I can't slip up and lose to this little guy. Then what will my fans...
Roy Jones Jr., a man who's taken big risks himself, weighed in with a balanced view. He acknowledged Canelo's power and strong ring presence, but warned that if Canelo strays from his game plan, Crawford's ability to adjust mid-fight could flip the script and pull off an upset.
Crawford in September. That's obviously a massive weight discrepancy. What do you think of that fight and then the weight discrepancy between it?
Well, the weight won't be the factor. The factor will be how Canelo chooses to make the fight. Yeah. Canelo comes out and does what Canelo should do, Canelo wins the fight. Yeah. Canelo comes out and does what he shouldn't do, Crawford wins the fight.
With Crawford, what are Crawford's keys to victory when you are fighting someone like Canelo, who, albeit maybe not in height, but in stature, is a much bigger man than him?
Control the center of the ring.
Yeah.
If Crawford is allowed to control the center, he'll win.
Another last one from myself. Dimitri Bivol, Artur Beterbiev rematch. How do you see that one going?
Yeah, I'm prepared. I think it's going to be another great fight, another epic fight.
Jim Lampley, the iconic voice of countless historic fights, is leaning toward Canelo in this showdown. He believes Canelo's experience, mental toughness, and track record at higher weights give him the upper hand. While Lampley respects Crawford's rise through the ranks, he's not sure it'll be enough to beat someone as seasoned and complete as Canelo.
Canelo learned from Floyd and has employed some of that in the retention of his career. Canelo still knows how to make fireworks when he absolutely has to make fireworks. But at the end of the day, he's a counterpuncher. He's a great defender. He has the most solid punch resistance of anybody in the sport. Nobody's ever knocked him off balance. Nobody's ever really knocked him down. There's only one official knockdown in his career, and it was because he bounced off the ropes when Jose Cotto hit him with a hard shot to the chest. And the referee employed a strict interpretation of the rules and said, oh, the ropes held you up, so that's a knockdown. He's never been put on his back by anybody. He rides horseback every morning. His legs are the strongest in the sport. You're not going to beat Canelo until somehow over a long period of time Canelo beats himself, if he gets tired of all the discipline he has had to employ to make all the money he's made, if he has enough giant ranches in the Yucatan, if he has enough beautiful horses, if he has had enough unforgettable dinners with Mexican billionaires in Mexico City and Vegas, then maybe. But my guess is he will retire without incurring another loss, because it's important to him to do that.
Which implies you like him against Bud Crawford.
I do like him against Bud Crawford, but I do think that it's a...
That's all for today's video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to stay locked in for more updates.